Let's now see how we can add inheritance next in our application. Let's return to the business case, where we have worked with employees. Let's for a minute think again of real life, not in C# code yet. An employee, it's a pretty broad term, right? When we look at Bethany Spy Shop, all people working for the company, they are all employees and have a number of properties, like the name. But employees will have different roles within the company. Although they're all still employees, some will be store manager, and they will probably have a few specific functions. A few will be manager. There will also be salespeople, and to figure out new pie flavors, we'll have a few researchers working for us as well. Because of their different role, they'll have different tasks, and perhaps, as a company, we also will be storing different pieces of data for them. But they're all employees, and they all have a name. And yes, they probably also share quite a bit of other functionality. They all work for us, they all need to be paid, and so on. Do you hear where I'm going with this? What I'm introducing here is inheritance. All the different roles, the manager, the salesperson, the researcher, and so on, at Bethany Spy Shop, they're all employees in the end, and we can treat them as such. Because of this, they'll share a lot of their functions as well. When we make the move again to C#, inheritance is a very important concept when applying object orientation. What we will do is creating a class typically, and that will contain the base functionality. That will be in our case the employee class. Different other classes will inherit from this base class, and because of this, they will share the functionality with the employee class. Indeed, managers are also employees, and many functions are the same. But probably not all. A manager needs to make decisions, needs to attend management meetings and the like. That is specific, and that will be part only of the manager's functionality. What we're getting this way is a tree, an inheritance tree, and we will also model that in our application. Inheritance works with parent and derived classes. The parent or base class is the one that contains the shared functionality, whereas the derived or child classes will add specific functionality. You'll hear the term base class and parent class being used intermittently, as they're really the same concept. In our class, as said, the employee is the parent, and the manager, the researcher, and the salesperson will be modeled as derived or child classes. By default, when they inherit from the base class, they will share functionality defined on the parent. One of the advantages that comes out of inheritance is that we will be able to reuse code. Instead of giving all inherited classes the same functionality, we now just add it on the base class and reuse it from there. That also means that if we need to make a change to common functionality, it only has to be done in one place. Our code therefore becomes easier to maintain, another big plus. Now, I've so far mentioned the relation between employee and manager, so parent and derived class, but it can actually be multiple levels deep. We could, for example, derive from salesperson yet another class like junior salesperson, which is again more specific.